Hey everybody, on this episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers, we talk about alternative jobs for the teachers that want to teach but don't want to teach. We also talk about a teacher that got a horse riding grant, and pinkies up, it is refined. And then lastly, we are going to put parents back in the news. James Yon is going to bring all the parents to the forefront so we can laugh with them, maybe at them. Tune in, Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. My name is Devin Siebold. I'm a teacher and comedian, and I'm here with my buddy, Mr. James Yon.
What up?
Who is a comedian and a parent, and today we are going to emphasize the parent part. You're going to have to stick around to the end to see that. But in the meantime, you should rate this podcast 5 stars, share everything you see on YouTube, on Facebook. Anytime you see stuff pop up on your Instagrams, your Twitters, your LinkedIns. I don't know.
I like that. The Twitters and the LinkedIns.
Yeah. You use LinkedIn?
I do, man.
Really?
Yeah, people still use it.
They use it, like, people our age, like, it's a professional thing.
They do.
I see notifications all the time for LinkedIn, and I'm like, I don't need a job. Like, I just figure it, like, it's just, I need a job thing.
I figured out what it really is, though.
What?
It's for people you went to high school with to let you know how well they're doing.
It is.
That's what it is.
It's literally the people going, you know what? I don't have kids. Look how much money I make.
Yeah.
And
just got a promotion.
Yeah. and it's so funny because they literally, it's so make-believe.
Yeah.
Because I get messages and they're all generic. Congratulations on your work anniversary. I started stand-up. Like
Required
10
no
years
training.
Ago.
Yeah,
none whatsoever.
None,
I went to a bar and wrote my name on a piece of paper.
And said it in front of drunk people.
Yeah, and they're like, congratulations. Anyways,
you did it.
Have you seen what I've been doing?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah.
But now, speaking of jobs, this is a perfect transition because I was watching AGT recently.
Okay.
And I'm not on it. And I wanted to say that it was pretty cool to see a teacher, in a way, a teacher do well.
Okay.
So there was a teacher on there who was a guitar teacher. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people will say, that's not a teacher. Well, I'll tell you what, try teaching a musical instrument to any child. Even one-on-one, it's like,
It's not easy.
I used to do guitar. I could play guitar.
Okay.
And I had a few students that were like, I'd like to play guitar too. So I would have some that would come after school, and I had my guitar, and I would just teach them a few basic chords. And it was just like a little after-school tutoring session to kind of help them get more musically inclined.
That's really nice,
and sometimes
man.
they would bring me songs, and I'd learn the song. I mean, I wasn't bad. I was pretty decent.
Okay.
But I would actually show them how to play guitar.
Okay.
And to me, that was almost harder than the full day of teaching because you're trying to teach methods and things that are just, I don't know. To me, it's either you have rhythm or you don't. And it's.
I've been telling white people that for years.
Thank you, James. You remind me daily.
And I'm joking. But I think what it is also, the biggest difference is when I come learn guitar as a kid, I'm learning something that I'm really interested in and that I look forward to doing.
Yes, but also I think there's false expectations. There's like, okay, after 2 lessons, I'm going to be able to play Cat Scratch Fever. And it's like, no, that's not how this works.
At all.
We need to learn a little bit of like some patterns and some exercises.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, and also you have to practice when you're not there.
There you go.
I can't teach you. It's very much a take your skill I'm teaching you home, get better at it. The next time I'll ramp it up.
Hone your craft.
There was a guitar teacher on AGT. Mm-hmm. I thought it looked really great. This guy was amazing. I mean, he got like standing ovation. Awesome. And so it was cool to see another teacher do well, in that particular environment. And, it got me thinking, James, that I hear all the time, the number one question that I get asked on my social media is, what can I do besides teaching that still is teaching?
Okay.
There's a lot of teachers that
love
teaching.
They do.
But don't like
Teaching. I knew that was
Does
coming.
that make sense?
It does.
It
make
means
sense.
they love the what they do. They don't love, maybe the school they're in, the admin, the
hierarchy.
politics behind it. A lot of them especially want self-employment. That's usually a big one. It's like, okay, I could tutor. Last episode we talked about the tutoring.
Absolutely.
But I was thinking, guitar teaching. If you have a really good skill,
a skill or
hobby
talent,
that you're good at, and you can pass down just a little bit of it to somebody else, you might find payment there.
Yes.
It blows my mind, but there was actually a business that I used to be interested in called OutSchool. OutSchool, have you heard of OutSchool?
I've never heard of OutSchool.
So OutSchool might be something you check out too. It's not just for kids, it's for adults too. And you can go on there and be taught anything in a class. But you can also, teachers, teach anything. So let's say you're really, really knowledgeable on anime.
Which I am.
You are.
Yeah.
You can teach a class on anime. And then kids can sign up and go, I want to learn more about anime.
Okay.
I want to learn what the good stuff is and what this means and these characters and the directors, and the art, more the history of the art. You can make up anything. I could do a stand-up comedy class.
All right.
And I know there's a lot of teachers out there that are good at other things. And that was a pretty cool way that I could see that you could teach online, virtual, anything you're passionate about.
I like that
and
a lot.
They had everything. I mean, I don't know what the money is. I mean, I remember it vaguely. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I remember it vaguely. Like, you could choose how much you charge.
Okay.
So you could charge $50, and I think they take $10, and you get $40 for a student. But if you have 15 students,
Devin,
that's decent money.
Teachers at home just heard you say, I can keep 40.
I know, right? $40 for a kid? Oh my! They're already turning off our podcast. Like, I need to do it. But I thought it was pretty cool that they had everything. Like, I love gaming.
Oh yeah.
You could do the Skyrim lure. You could do. I mean, anything.
Yeah, I would sign up for something like that.
The funny thing is that I went. So the irony is that I went on there, and I'll never forget. I went on there, and I was like, what could I teach? Let me see what other people are teaching. And then 20 minutes later, I was like, I want 90 classes myself.
You wanted all of them.
Yeah, it was like the history of the Swedish fjords, and I was like, that sounds awesome.
That's great.
I would love to learn about that. There was so many random things that I was like, wow, how cool would it be to learn about Swedish fjords from a person in Sweden.
That's right.
Who is living there.
Yes.
And can tell you all about the things they know. I mean, it's literally to me, it's the exchange of communication that the internet should be. Rather than us just arguing with each other.
It's the promise.
I know this. You don't know this. Let me teach you this.
All right, yeah.
And it's what you want to learn, the history of Egypt. If let's say you're a history teacher and you're very proficient at one historical time period, which, let's be honest, history teachers, that is exactly what you are. You know history, but you really, really, really know the Civil War.
Gotcha.
It's so funny because some history teachers would be like, so anyways, this is the Industrial Revolution. Here is the War of 1812 and also Civil War. Let's talk about it. And then they go into it and break it down.
I got all my history information from the movies.
Oh, yeah?
Indiana Jones 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
Everything I know.
And Glory.
Yeah.
You had to watch Glory.
Yeah, I learned the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Amadeus. Turns out nothing like.
No.
But I really enjoyed, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, here's the funny part. I'm going to even throw you a curveball, James. You just mentioned movies. You watch a lot of movies.
I do.
You can do a movie class.
I would love that.
You could talk about current movies and just as long as you have some knowledge to pass on.
I do, actually.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Bring back Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes. Bring back.
There you go.
And Big Mama's House. We need a 4.
Whoo! Don't get crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get crazy.
I actually enjoyed those movies.
So did I.
All right. And the other thing I will say is that while I was watching, I watched The Guitar Teacher, and I was like, man, I always get asked, what can they do? The other thing that I will tell teachers, if you're looking for advice, if you're like, look, I want out of the classroom, but I also want to still teach, I want some sort of thing, I'll give you 2 more.
Okay.
This one is theme parks.
Yes.
We live in Orlando, so there's a lot of theme parks, but also there's other things locally to you that require some sort of educational component.
Okay.
If there's a local museum, if there's a local factory that offers tours, they're always looking for educational components. You can build an educational experience, give it to the kids, and then they go on the field. Think of everywhere you go on a field trip. That's usually organized by somebody in an education department.
That's right.
Who is probably a former teacher.
Yes.
And I always got that offer from Legoland. Legoland was hiring, and they wanted me to go do the educational part of it.
Okay.
And I ended up not taking it because it didn't pay as much as I was hoping. I was hoping to like replace the teacher check a little less. But looking back on it, in today's teaching world, the less stress, the better.
I was going to say, your mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the last one I'm going to give you, and James, this is going to blow your mind. So I perform with board teachers. I perform shows all over the place.
You sure do.
I will have somebody every single night come up to me and tell me they teach this, and they are the happiest person in the world. I've never heard a negative review from it. They have left the classroom to teach in this particular area.
Okay.
And they always say that they're the happiest they've ever been. So if I were to go back into teaching, I would go there. I would direct teachers there. James, can you guess?
Okay. And
It's the wildest place.
And they're 100% happy when they do
They
it.
love teaching there.
Really?
Yep. And they're an actual classroom teacher. But it's not what you think.
I can't even guess, man, because you say they love it, they're happy,
Yeah.
and they get paid well.
And it's going to surprise you.
That's Narnia.
Prison.
What?
Prison.
What?
James.
Prison?
You spent 20 years there.
I did. I missed the guys.
No, what I'm saying is I'm dead serious. I have teachers come up and they go, so I teach at the local jail. And the first thing I go, you love it, don't you? And they go, it's the best. And it's because they have smaller class sizes. There's nobody going to fight you in prison that you're teaching.
Say that again.
I know what's wild is, but they're in prison, and there's actual consequences if they do anything.
Unlike school.
Yeah. And guess what? They can't skip.
And you can't be late.
They're not like, oh, sorry. There's nobody from prison walking in 20 minutes late with Starbucks.
No. Sorry, teach.
Sorry, guys. They're always on time. I mean, and not only that, but they really genuinely want a good education because most of the time they're trying to better themselves. They're getting out soon.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be great to get your degree? You got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
If you're working for a degree, you can get your GED or I think they actually offer real high school diplomas in prison, and you can leave with a step in the right direction.
And I just thought of something.
What?
No angry parents.
No.
No. There's no one saying, Mr. Seabolt, I'm sorry, D couldn't be here because he's busy building a shank.
Yeah. Right?
My son is doing his best.
If your student comes in bringing a cake, you'd be like, hold on. We got to cut into
this.
this.
There it is. Yeah.
A file.
A file, yeah.
But no, I really honestly think it's got to be so good. They always say, I love it. And a lot of them say, I left and then I went into it. I had one person actually recently, it was in Memphis.
Okay.
They said, I'm a correction officer. I was a correctional officer. I saw how the structure of the teaching in jail worked, and I actually moved over to that. Because they were more respected, they were treated better
than
the
guards.
actual guards. Because the guards got to enforce, and be
rules and
the mean
regulation,
guy.
yeah.
The teacher can be the nice person,
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, look, I'm just here to help you."
That would be amazing, though, thinking about it. I know we're joking, but imagine how you would feel as a teacher with a student actually reaching back, like when they got out and they had a good job, like, hey, man, you helped me change my life.
Yeah.
Like that would be
I
an
was
amazing
headed one
feeling.
direction.
Yeah.
And now I'm going the other. You
So,
know?
hey, man, shout out to all the teachers in prisons, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the teachers teaching there, not the ones that got put there.
Yeah.
Not those. Yeah.
But and the wild thing is, it's the same food at lunchtime. I mean, you get the same meal.
Yeah, it's funny.
Maybe even square pizza.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
But I thought, teachers out there, they always ask me, what can I do? Look, you can go to theme parks.
Yeah.
You can do the prison. You
Yeah.
can teach a trade that you loved before and you're interested in. You can go on AGT. play guitar, and get the golden buzzer. Do whatever you
go.
want. I mean, it's just little things.
Little
things. All right, you guys want to go into the teachers in the news?
My favorite part.
All right. We're starting off with pints for teachers have 4 peaks during the month of July. You know, I saw this and I thought to myself, they're giving us beer. Finally, they know how to get to a teacher's heart. But it's not that. It is in Scottsdale at the Spot Neighborhood Grill. They are offering pints for teachers. It's a promotion where $1 from every 4 Peaks beer sold goes to the 4 Peaks for Teachers Fund. So essentially, you're getting the money back.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I was going to say. It's basically teachers going to go drink.
Hey,
there you go.
So anyways, it's pretty cool that the teachers are actually getting a little something back. And it's also funny that they interviewed somebody that was there and was a teacher and was drinking beer, and they teach at Hoppy Elementary, which the irony is not lost on me.
I do like that.
Yeah,
man.
but anyways, I thought it was pretty cool. It's a good way to give back, but also, hey, you know, teachers want to drink. Other people are going to drink. At least you're giving something back, you know? And if you're going to have a beer there, why not? So they says last year was the first year, and they raised more than $500 for the teachers promotion.
Okay.
And sounds to me like we need some better drinkers because you got to sell more beer than that. Yeah.
What state was this in?
It's Scottsdale, so Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Oh, it says they're giving away $20,000 more in grants. 4 Peaks for teachers. So 4 Peaks. I've never heard of 4 Peaks. Have you?
No.
I think it's a beer, but anyways, that's kind of wild. I didn't know they gave that much money back to teachers. But then again, hey, if we're putting money in your pocket, you know,
give some back.
Give some back. Thank you. Appreciate it. So shout out to Pints for Teachers for 4 Peaks. All right. There is a grant in Ann Arbor that is going to help teachers get a master's degree to support English language learners. There's a lot of teachers out there that are trying to become basically teachers of English language learners. Always so hard to say. And I need to learn it.
You need to learn English.
Yeah, I need to learn English. Yeah. But anyways, I thought this was pretty cool. It's a good deal. Apparently, the state of Michigan gave Ann Arbor Public Schools a grant from the Department of Higher Education that said that Western Michigan University will have 150 Ann Arbor teachers earn their free master's degree in arts of teaching English to speakers of another language.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Okay.
It is pretty cool. So if you want a master's degree and you want to become an English language learner teacher, it's free.
Yes.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah.
My son just got a master's degree, as you know, from UF. That is a lot of money saved.
Well, that's the thing that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Because I think it's great, but also it's kind of a reflection of how ridiculously expensive higher education is.
It is.
I mean, this is the thing. It's $5.9 million. And I was like, wow, almost $6 million. That's going to help a lot of teachers. 150. Okay, what? You know, I mean, that's like one per school in a single district in Florida.
Yes.
You know, one person is benefiting. I mean, it's spread out. 150 teachers. I mean, we had 150 teachers in the one school I taught at.
Yes, you did.
That was one school.
Yeah.
And $6 million. And so, anyways, that's great. I hope it helps further the education. I did the math, by the way. It was like $36,000 per person for that master's. Now, I don't, obviously, you probably, the weird thing is I don't know the specifics of it, but you probably, I would think, have to have your 4-year already.
You have to.
And it just pays for the master's, which is going to be a big problem because a lot of these states are going away with the 4-year requirement.
Which we talked about.
Yeah,
yes.
So if you're getting rid of that and then you tell them you're going to pay for the master's part, well, now I've got to pay for the 4 years.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, make sure it's what you want to do. I got a degree in secondary education and social sciences. I love secondary education. I loved it to death. Okay. But there's a lot of teachers out there that get their degree in a teacher-specific field, and then they got nowhere to go.
No.
Because they're like, oh, I decided I don't want to teach this. Okay, well, good luck with your elementary education master's that now offers you nothing additional. No. I mean, I won't say nothing additional. It's good that you got a master's, but you spent 6 years of your life saying, I really want to do this. I mean, it's
you're going to have to stick with doing that.
You got to stick with doing that, or you got to find something like, I don't know.
Pizza delivery. or both.
So, anyways, all right. Next one. This was pretty cool. A retired teacher got a grant in the adult amateur Jane Savoy. I think Savoy. I don't know. But the only reason I brought this up is because I loved it. Reading this, I felt so smart. This is a horse thing. There's a former teacher that retired, and she teaches horseback riding and also rides her own horses. And she got a grant.
All right.
Fantastic. Great for you. Apparently, this is not an easy thing to do, but the United States Dressage Federation silver medal. Dude, I got so smart reading this, by the way. I'm going to read the first 2 lines here and tell you, this is, by the way, this is so funny. How, you just feel like I'm not part of that and I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's exactly like what I would think. This is the website is called Chronicle of Horse.
Of course it is. Yes.
Pinky up.
Monocle's up.
Yeah, Pinky. Chronicle of Horse.
Yes.
5 days before the Dressage Foundation announced this year's Jane Savoy Fund of Adult Amateurs recipient, Bloom made progress in one of her goals, United States Dressage Federation Silver Medal. Now here it is. Bloom made her pre-St. George's debut aboard her own Jaguar B at the Mayflower 3rd held at Otter Creek Farm. I mean, I was like,
what?
That's a whole lot of. I feel like I lost money reading that. Like they siphoned money out of my wallet. They were like, "You're too poor to do this."
Yes, you should.
But no, I was reading it and I was like, "Wow!"
God.
But she's 67. And I want to give a big shout out to her because not only did she win this grant, she is a former teacher.
Yeah.
And she's a 3-time breast cancer survivor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
clap for that.
Is
yes,
huge.
Absolutely.
I joke about the horse thing because it's so funny, but I honestly think, wow, what a cool, amazing feat to not only have survived breast cancer 3 times, been a teacher, and now still making waves in the horse world, according to the Chronicle of Horse. Yeah.
Now, quick question, Devin. Now, she got a grant and she did it herself. Is that something that teachers can do?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Was it something already offered, or did she come up with, hey, I'd like a grant for this?
Oh, you can do that. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can write your own, I would like money for this. And a lot of teachers surprisingly forget that. But yes, you can say, I have an idea, and you can write to the Department of Education or whatever branch or bureau that you think would handle that, and they can go, yeah, we like it. And they'll give you money. They got money to give.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I used to get so jealous because sometimes teachers would come in with like cool stuff, and I'd be like, "Where'd you get that?" They're like, "I just wrote a grant, and they approved it." And I was like,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got this grant for a PS5.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's amazing, man.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
But it's for my horse. It's a Jaguar. It's a Jaguar.
For my horse.
I literally can't even pronounce it, by the way. It's JJAGUAR. So it's a Jaguar.
Jaguar.
And her husband, I love this name, Frederick Rolfing. I mean, that's awesome. I love this name.
He has a family crest.
I tell you, he
Yeah.
has a family crest. He does. I think it's so refined. The horse world just
is.
It's awesome. Okay, the next one. Sorry, I got one more after this. This next one: Georgia School Districts intends to fire a teacher after she read a book about gender identity to a 5th grade class. Now, this one. We have discussed some of the book bannings in the past.
Yeah, we have.
We are adamantly against them.
Yes.
Also, we have discussed some of the books that maybe are a little too edgy, inappropriate for certain ages. And we say, hey, keep the book, but also maybe have some parental guidance on that, maybe have parental approval. This one, I don't know. I'm not really sure that this is one that should have been reprimanded or fired. The book a Georgia teacher is facing this backlash from is called My Shadow is Purple. And she read it to her students. According to this letter from the school district, she is now fired, losing her job. So it's on the grounds of insubordination with willful neglect of duties and other good and sufficient causes. Anyways.
What's the book about,
Yeah,
Devin?
so, the book is very divisive. And it is apparently only divisive among people that have either not read it or really don't they get triggered by, certain, gender identity. Okay. But I read some of the book. It was available at the Scholastic Book Fair held at her school.
Okay.
The kids could buy it in the book fair.
Okay.
She bought several books and offered them to the kids and said, what would you like to read? And they chose to read that book.
Yeah.
And My Shadow is Purple is apparently a heartwarming, inspiring book about being true to yourself. That's the true description of it. The story considers gender beyond binary in a vibrant spectrum of color. And the book's pages that I read, I'll be honest, did not read the full thing. I only could see, because I didn't buy it. I only could see like some of it online.
So many pages.
It was like, my mother's shadow is pink. My father's shadow is blue. And it shows them being happy and everybody having shadows around you of different colors.
Yeah.
And you basically acknowledging the person, and the shadow they have behind them is just a little example of who they are.
Yeah.
It's just a piece of it. That's it.
I'm really confused.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I just can't say that.
I'm confused because first off, if the book is available at the book fair at your school, it should be okay to be read at the school.
Well,
and why jump to just firing, not some kind of discipline action
it's
first?
from a parent that's complained, said the book was inappropriate, and they just simply fired her.
So she was a scapegoat then, because it was already at the school.
Yeah, the book was already there. I mean, that's the thing is, it's frustrating to see stuff like that. I get it. Maybe you don't want gender identity discussed. Maybe that's something that's an issue. But I don't know, man. I see books like this, and I just think they're so harmless. And I think that the parents making it, I think it's something that, honestly, this is just my honest opinion.
Yeah.
If I sat in front of a fifth grade class and I pulled out that book and I read it, the kids would go, oh, that's great. Oh, yay.
My favorite color is blue.
And then
Yeah,
2
that's what
seconds
they would
later,
say.
we
Yeah.
would go back to eating crayons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that would be it.
Yes.
And I think then the parents jump in and go, oh, that no. And then the teacher's gone. And now you got bigger things to explain to the kids of why the teacher is no longer there. Oh, the teacher's no longer there because I'm reading this. Oh, she read us a terrible book. Turns out gender identity is bad. Oh my gosh. And then it turns into something massively bigger. And
it didn't have to be that.
It didn't have to be that.
No.
But
Well, shout out to that teacher, man.
yeah, and the interesting thing is that the district conclusion is that it is a bit ridiculous. No issue was brought up in the past regarding that book. Apparently, somebody said, I did read that book. There was never an issue with that book. There was never a conversation that the book was as far as not needing to read that book. My principal thought it was a great book, is what the teacher said.
My principal thought.
And that's the thing. I would challenge the original person that did it. I would say, tell me about the book.
Oh, I didn't read it.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't read it.
Oh, you just heard what it's about? Who'd you hear what it's about from? The internet? Okay, great.
yeah,
that's good. Yeah, I'm glad they got it right.
There's an eagle on it. There's an eagle on the website.
All right. And then this one is an interesting headline. Teacher sparks debate after refusing to give up time and help her students catch up after the parents took them on an unauthorized vacation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So parent took the kid on an unauthorized vacation, said, hey, kid needs to work. I've had that happen. I've had kids go, I leave tomorrow. I need two weeks of work. And I go, no.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have the 2 weeks of work.
Yeah.
You know, the frustrating thing is they'll go above your head. And then the principal will go, why don't you have the next 2 weeks planned out? Because I don't know how tomorrow will go.
That's right.
I don't know if I'll get through that lesson.
Yeah.
We may be on a different lesson.
That's right.
And, then I've got other things, too. How many kids are going to be gone for testing? Oh, it's Constitution Day next Thursday. My bad. Didn't know I had to drop everything and teach that.
Yeah.
Mandatory bullying lesson on Friday? Sure, why not? Okay, so now all my plans are ruined.
I'm gone, yeah.
But unauthorized vacation, I feel weird saying unauthorized. I'm not against parents taking vacations. But
No.
have some leniency to go, hey, I know you got a job to do. I didn't approve this with you. Can they have some makeup work?
Yeah.
Can this be? But she said she refused to give up her own time to help two students catch up after their parents took them on a 2-week vacation. Here's what you do when that is the case. You find out what your teacher was teaching, and then you teach it to them.
Yes.
You take responsibility and go, I took my kids away for 2 weeks. Maybe I should help them out with something.
I have one more suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
As a veteran parent, if you will.
Sure.
Your student, your kid, he has other friends, correct?
Yeah.
In that same class, correct?
Yep.
How about you just ask them each day, what did we do, on what page, and what am I responsible for?
Yeah.
Well, You have a phone because your face is always in it.
Well,
Use
he
it.
doesn't follow me back on Instagram, so I'm not going to talk to him.
True. I understand.
That's the mentality.
Hey, let me tell you, students, haters gonna hate.
They will hate.
Yeah.
Now, James, we've got something special today.
We definitely have something
We
special
are going
today.
to bring this back. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing the teachers in the news, I want to change it up.
Yeah.
And go over to James because James has got some wild stories for the parents in the news.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to do this here, and I'm going to pass this over to you, Mr. Yon. And let's give you the
Opportunity.
coveted table.
Gotcha. This cost.
Don't get used to it.
I won't. Thank you, Pottery Barn. Okay, here's what's going on with parents. Now, I've always said this. It always starts at home, right? When it comes to anything education. So it starts at home, and that includes behavior. Now, parents, we love our children, and we would do anything for them, but that should not include going to jail.
No.
No, it should not. No. And let me explain. Things happen like in the classroom with you, Devin. I think you have seen your share of bullying.
Yes.
I think it does happen with students. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way as a parent to deal with bullying. Let's just say this young lady, Kelly Sadiq, did it the wrong way.
Oh.
She decided to go to the school, take it upon herself. You know how you go to the office and you sign in to let them know, hey, I'm a parent, I'm on campus, I'm on your property.
Right.
Oh, no, she didn't do that.
Oh.
Oh, no, much more.
She drove her car through the side of the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she finds her child's school bully and confronts them directly.
In school?
In school.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think happened to this young lady?
I mean, if it were, I'm thinking local officer, taser, I don't know.
He didn't taser her, but he did read her rights.
Oh,
That's right.
she got arrested for real?
Yes, because she actually touched the child.
Oh, my gosh.
And if you touch anyone unwantedly, that is assault.
Was this elementary, middle, or high school?
Middle.
Middle school.
Middle school. Ooh, yes.
There's a lot of bullying going on in middle school.
Absolutely. Having said that, parents, yes, we love our children. Yes, we want them to be treated fairly. We want them to go there and have a good experience. But if they are getting bullied, the thing you're supposed to do is talk to the teacher first.
Right.
Then go to the admin. Then those are the steps. You do not take it upon yourself to go to the school and you touch the actual kid and tell them, listen here, buddy.
You know, James, I kind of agree with you, but do you think that kid's going to be bullied again?
Yes!
No.
You don't think so?
She's going to be at lunch like, what'd you call me? Mother. She's on her way.
She just got out.
Yeah. You'll hear her ankle bracelet coming down the hall.
So this young lady took it upon herself to do that. So let me ask you really quick. When you've had situations like that occur, what do you guys do? How do you handle that?
Oh, man. So my kids luckily have not been officially bullied yet, but you try to instill some responsibility in them to handle their own business.
Yes.
And you definitely go to the teacher first.
Yes.
And then if the teacher, you still hear it, then maybe go to the principal. I'd go back to the teacher again and be like, look, hey, this is not being solved. I mean, you hope, but you definitely don't walk up in there and straight up Jersey Shore them.
No, you can't.
You don't do that.
You can't do that, man. So luckily, if that's happening to your child, handle it the right way. I don't want any parents to go to jail.
No.
That's just my thing. Trust me, it's not fun. Okay. Now, as a teacher, Devin, I'm sure you dealt with the overzealous parent.
Yes.
Who blames you guys when they find out that their kid is not passing a particular subject.
All the time.
It's your fault.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how dare you?
You did it.
You did it, right?
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
You're right. Every time they went to turn an assignment, I said, don't.
Ripped it
You
up.
throw that in the trash.
Gotcha.
There will be no assignments turned in today.
That's right. Not from you, bucko. Gotcha. Well, this young lady has a student of this teacher and finds out that their child's not doing so well.
No.
So she reaches out to the teacher, which is great. She
Ooh.
sends her a text message,
Very
which
nice.
is awesome. Yeah.
Cordial.
And it's very. Have you ever heard of the term entitlement?
Can I say first off, mistake number one? Don't give parents your number.
Yes. Yeah. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, I just want them to be able to communicate with me.
Right.
Oh, and they will.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. At all times.
I'm just going to read.
I don't even have to look at it. Let me guess. Sent at 1:46 a.m.
Yes. 147.
147.
Yes.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yes. But I'm just going to read you what the mom wrote the teacher. Okay. Miss Jackson, let me start off.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Ooh. She said, Miss Jackson, let me start off by saying that I am disgusted at the school system. Working parents should not have to be teachers. That's why all of you get paid. I get home and see my child is failing. That is ridiculous. It's your job to make sure they understand. How the hell is she failing every course except math and science? Please explain before I go higher up on the chain.
Ooh. See, I would get those, except it would usually be, Miss Jackson, let me start by saying that I am disguised at the school system. And
Yeah. How dare you disinfect me?
yeah, how dare you?
Yes.
I want you to know my child is not falling. Wait,
I
he's
hope
falling.
not. Yeah, he's falling.
Failing? Okay, hold on.
He also failed the spelling test.
You have quiet the problem.
Yes. Well, I don't want it to be loud.
Second.
Yeah.
But no, so this, oh man, I don't even know. That message comes through. I'm telling you what you're getting back from me. Red.
That's it.
Scene.
You leave on red?
Yeah,
Really?
You can't respond to that
You
stuff.
definitely
How do you
can't.
talk them down from that?
You
They're
can't.
obviously mad. They're gonna trust me. If I have to go higher up, they've already gone higher up. You are BC,
You're not gonna stop 'em.
You are BCC on that message, and you don't even know it. But yeah, oh, man. So first off, I got in trouble the other day because on my Facebook there was a scary mommy on Facebook put on there that I don't check my son's grades. They are learning the responsibility of checking their own. And I commented, I said, I think we are masking teaching our kids responsibility by ignoring our own parental responsibilities.
I would agree.
There seems to be like I don't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Let me justify it in my head by making it a life lesson.
That's right.
And that's not how parenting works.
It does not.
And this sounds to me like this parent was disconnected from
Yes.
it all. I mean, what's the main gripe here?
The main gripe is my child is failing and I have no idea why, so it has to be someone else's fault.
Yeah.
Instead of me investigating. We've said this before. Nowadays, it's the easiest time to be a parent involved in a student's life. You guys have online systems where I can go in each day, log in and see what assignments they're not doing or what they're doing, what their grades are. It's all right there
It's all
in an
there.
app.
Even notifications
Yes.
sent to your phone.
Yes, man. We used them all, man.
Yeah.
We had a system called Focus.
Yep.
And we literally can get each day what our kids are doing. And that's how we stayed on top of it.
You focus.
And it took, it took 10 minutes
Yep.
out of my day. You don't have 10 minutes? Really, ma'am?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it has to do with they're embarrassed that they don't know.
Yes.
And they see
Yes.
that grade come through and they think, oh, I failed. I wasn't doing my part as a parent and keeping track of this all. No, it's got to be the teacher.
Yeah, that can't be it.
Yeah.
I'm a perfect parent. Yeah, man.
It's got to be the teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole time I've been on my phone. I've checked Facebook several times. They never tagged me in a TikTok duet
That's
saying
funny.
that my kid was failing. This can't be possible.
If my kid was failing, how come you didn't hit me on the ground?
Yeah. Unacceptable.
Acceptable, yeah. So that's the things you guys had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I always say, don't be that parent.
Don't be the parent that gets in the parents in the news.
Yes.
On crying in my car.
Yes.
Like, yes,
Yeah,
they're
don't
teachers.
do that.
Yeah.
Here's one last thing I found
Okay.
very interesting, man. It's
Sure.
from the National Association of Secondary School Principals.
I'm looking forward to this.
They're talking about the 10 most challenging types of parents out there that you guys have to deal with, because you guys have to deal with parents a lot.
Right.
And I learned something when I was on tour.
Only 10?
Yes, only 10. That's all we can fit into the segment.
Right.
Now, I learned something when I did the Teachers Do Stand Up tour. The first night I went out, I learned a valuable lesson. I revealed that I wasn't a teacher, that I was a parent, and got booed.
Woo!
Right away. That's a real thing. I'm not a teacher. I'm a parent. Boo!
Yeah. James, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Teachers?
Yeah.
Fist
yeah.
bump.
But then I said, but I'm an ally. I'm not that parent. And then they started to
Ah,
apply.
yeah.
Yeah. So I know that you guys have to deal with some challenging parents at times. So this is the
Can't
10.
believe they booed you.
Yeah, oh, it was great.
That's hysterical.
Well, one of the teachers started it from the actual tour.
Oh,
But no,
yeah,
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Thanks,
It
Mike.
was me.
I know.
I was in the back. Get this man off the stage. We got a podcast to do.
So, Dev, I'm going to read each one, and you tell me if you've ever had to deal with a parent that does this.
Okay, these are the top
10 challenging types of parents.
types of parents.
Okay, I'm the parent, and I have the angel child. That's right. These parents sincerely believe that their child is never, ever at fault. Christian would not do that because he is so well behaved and he loves learning.
I don't mean to tell you this, but your child is a fallen angel. Your child was condemned. Anytime I hear a child, oh, my child's an angel. No. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, so was Lucifer.
Yep, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It's like those moms that always put like precious angel on their kid's
I
shirt,
love
and I'm
that.
like, you're just trying to mask it. Yeah, no.
No, not at all. Now, here's number 2, and I know you've seen this. He's your problem now, parent. These parents will either tell you it's your job to handle the student or not call you back at all when you try to reach out.
Yep, I've had those.
Yes.
That literally have disconnected from their kid.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm even like, does he live with you?
Yeah.
Like, did you kick him out?
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
There's a lot of those disconnects.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's your problem when I drop him off.
Oh yeah, yep. And they'll do that too. They'll drop them off. Like we open at 6:45 in the morning. We would have kids at 5:45 sitting outside,
waiting to get into school
now. Yep.
Wow, man. Mm-hmm. Gee, parents, come on.
Yep.
They're still yours even when they're somewhere else. All right. This is another challenging type of parent, the questioning parent that knows everything. These parents question why teachers do something a certain way and why you as an administrator run your school in a particular way. Oh, really? That's how we're doing it? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
I was teaching about World War II, huh? Well, I've been called a grammar Nazi myself.
Oh, wow.
And, just want to let you know I know a thing or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell you how to do your job?
They always do.
And you have to just kind of take that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just go, yep, absolutely. You're right. That's what I should do. Okay.
Yeah.
And usually it's the ones that are most assertive that forget about it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And
they only care at that moment.
Yeah, they just want the power play. That's
you
all.
go.
You let them power play it up. Whatever.
Like, okay. Got it, man.
Sure.
Got it.
And say yes.
We're going to move the cafeteria lunch to all vegan. You're right.
Absolutely.
All right, this next one, challenging type of parent, the bullying parent. These parents emulate or demonstrate harassing, intimidating, or bullying behaviors for their children.
So I've not had that done to me.
Gotcha.
And I think it has to do with being male and my height too.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of women teachers be talked down to because dads will sometimes feel like they have the authority.
Oh, misogynistic. Yeah, gotcha.
And the dads that feel like they have the authority don't feel like they have the authority when I stand up to say hello to them. And I'm bigger than them.
Yep.
And they're like, you should continue
to do a good job. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes some of the horror stories I've seen have been from female teachers that get talked down to by male. Also, I feel like there's sometimes bullying power plays when it comes to money. I've seen some lawyers and some real estate agents that have money, and they talk down to teachers like, you make less than me. I know you make less than me. Therefore, I'm in charge. And so those are the two types that I've seen.
I've actually seen parents say stuff like this. I know the superintendent, right?
Right.
You're like, what?
I pay my taxes. You work for me.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tell me where my direct deposit hits.
Yeah, please. Next one, harassing type of parent. My child would attend school when they want to, parent. These parents think that school attendance is not necessarily, required.
Yes.
That, hey, so they've missed 20 days.
Yeah. That used to be illegal.
Yeah.
Like, I think it still is.
Yes.
We just don't enforce it for some reason. But it used to be like 9 days you were considered truancy, and you would, like, the cops would come to your house and go, where's your kid?
And your parents
need to be in school.
Could get arrested. You're absolutely right.
Can we please go back to that?
Yes.
I mean, like, there's some that just go, they had a dentist appointment. Fine. And now we'll make this up. And then the next day, they were just tired. Okay. Maybe fine.
Look,
let's, and then a week goes by and they're still not there. And you find out that, they were in the Keys.
Yeah, hanging out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, all right.
I think it's crazy when parents are like, man, they've only missed 20 days. We've only been in school for 3 weeks. Yeah. How did they do that? All right, here's the next one. Bad behavior on parents. The passive-aggressive parent. These parents can be heavily involved in school organizations and social media. They may establish dual relationships with teachers as an educator and friend.
Yeah.
So they start using the relationships and where they stand as far as the community to be like, oh, wow, really? You really want to take it there? Because I would hate for
Yeah.
you to.
It's funny because they do everything but call out the teacher, like in the community groups on Facebook especially.
Yeah.
They'll be like, so quick question for everybody. My child goes to a local school. I won't say the name of it. Let's just say it's near the Kmart on 192. And anyways, they're in 3rd grade. I won't out the teacher. Let's just say her name rhymes with Mr. With.
Yes.
And
yeah.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is, if this happened, and they usually give one side of the story.
Absolutely.
Then the whole community on the page comes to their, and then see, you know what? People online said you were. It's like.
Yeah.
Please.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the passive aggressive. I have a complaint. I'm going to tell everybody about my complaint, but the person that I'm going to complain about.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good. Last 3 here. The why is the teacher always picking on my child parent? These parents question why their child is always victimized by either the students, the faculty, or both.
So I've gotten that a lot.
Okay, have you really?
That's the one is why are you picking on my child? Why are you picking on my child? It's like, oh, I'm not picking on your child. I would, but they don't come to class.
They don't come here. Yeah.
But the second they walk through the door, I'm berating them.
Right on them. Right on it.
Kidding, by the way.
Kidding.
That'll be all over TikTok.
It will be, yeah.
So, anyways, it's just, the why are you this? Why are you that? Trust me, there's so many forceful that think, my kid's not doing well, therefore,
someone else's
this
fault.
person is bullying them.
Yes.
It's like, no, I gave them the work. They didn't do it. Oh,
yes.
But, did you give them enough time? Yeah, I did. They didn't do it.
Here's the thing, though. Your child in the class, only one that didn't do it.
Yeah.
Only one.
Right.
Everybody else did it. Yeah.
And why are you singling them out?
There you go. I was right.
Yeah. See?
Thanks again, Karen.
Let's see what the people on Facebook had to say about this.
Yeah. The helicopter parent, Devin. Ooh, these are the parents. They're named for their tendency to hover around their children and are generally considered to be over-involved or over-indulgent.
So I'm going to be controversial here.
Ooh.
The worst helicopter parents I've ever had to deal with were teachers.
Because
that I taught their child.
Oh.
And that they didn't like the way I was doing something or didn't like my grade updating, he's a day late on the grades, I'm going to email him. It's like, lay off me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going through.
You know better than anybody.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a helicopter mentality sometime among teachers when you're teaching another teacher's kid.
I can imagine
Now,
that.
there are other helicopter parents. I didn't deal with that. I went to a school where there was
Zero involvement.
Yeah, there was no involvement. There weren't even fly a kite parents. There weren't.
They didn't get off the ground.
They didn't get off.
Yeah.
There were maybe paper airplane parents.
At the most. Oh, man. Our last one, man. Okay, the distrustful of public education parent. Some parents are inherently distrusting of public schools, administrators, or teachers.
See, I think that's number one now.
Yeah.
I think that used to be one of the least ones that I would encounter. But now, most of the complaints that I see are not complaints about a specific school. It's about the system in general.
Yes.
And it's all based upon fabricated stories and lies and over-embellished everything. If one teacher in Georgia reads a gender identity book, the whole education system is messed up. Mm-hmm. They're just indoctrinating our kids. It's it's literally a mentality that's being perpetuated in the news and stuff.
Gotcha.
And that one, I think we see more of.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Social media helps it.
Oh,
social media definitely helps that one.
Help isn't the word I would use.
Perpetuates it. But
yeah.
I would actually like to hear from all of you teachers out there some of the types of parents that you have dealt with. We'd love for you guys to write in and comment.
Yeah. Did we leave any off? I mean, I'd love to hear too. I think that was a pretty thorough list, but I know there's probably a few out there.
A couple more that we didn't get to.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, you can find me online, devincomedy.com, for all my upcoming tour dates. I'm also on the Board Teachers Comedy Tour right now. As of when this podcast is released, we are probably back on the East Coast and kind of running up through the Northeast. We do a lot of shows up there.
You do.
James, where are you going to be?
Well, you can reach me on Instagram and Facebook at the same different account, James Yon Comedian, Y-O-N. And thank you guys for continuing to hit me up, all you teachers out there. I've enjoyed corresponding with you guys back and forth.
Boo!
Okay.
Parent, boo! I'm just kidding. Yeah, anyways. Thanks so much for listening and watching, and we appreciate you sharing the podcast. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers.
There might be a clip up there. There might be a clip down there. If it's got our face, if it's other people's stuff, come back. Don't click on that, But us, suggested things. That's us crying in my car. Devin Siebold, James Yon, board teachers. Watch. New trailer for Indiana Jones. No, don't do that. Don't do that.